Okay, so if you've been keeping an eye on global luxury travel, you'll know Phuket isn't just, bouncing back, it's really booming.
Absolutely.
Visitor numbers are way up, like seriously taking off, and all that money is flowing into the local economy, especially, it seems, into high-end property.
Exactly. That's the direct link. When you see tourism spike like this and stay high, the demand for really exclusive places to stay long term or prime investment properties,
Hmm.
it just follows right behind.
And that's what we're diving into today,
Yeah,
right?
precisely. We're looking at the specifics, the data behind this acceleration. Our mission really is to figure out what's hot in terms of new luxury developments coming online in 2025.
Mm.
Specifically, those private villas that offer, both that quiet escape and potentially good investment returns.
And this is crucial. We're not just going off general buzz. This whole deep dive is grounded in some really solid insider info. It's from an article by Ocean Worldwide.
Yes, and that's a key point. Ocean Worldwide is one of the island's most respected luxury real estate agencies. They know this market inside out.
Mm. How long have they been there?
They've been based right there in Phuket, or Phuket, as you often hear it pronounced locally since 2004. Just think about that. Think of the market ups and downs they've seen.
Wow, yeah. 2 decades.
Exactly. And their director, Sandra O'Neill, she's personally spent those 20 years helping literally thousands of families and investors navigate this specific market. It's complex.
So we're basically getting their deep, local expert view, kind of a shortcut for us and for you listening to understand where Phuket's luxury scene is really heading.
That's the idea. Leverage that authority.
Okay, so the big question for this deep dive is this. How do these brand new 2025 villa projects stack up against the established players? And what's the unique value they offer? Whether you're looking for that super chilled out private villa experience or maybe a really smart high-yield investment.
Well, we probably have to start with the investment climate because honestly, that's what's fueling all this new building. And the source material, the article from Ocean Worldwide, it confirms what you'd guess.
Mm-hmm.
The luxury market is seeing just huge demand spikes. And this isn't just general property prices going up everywhere. This is really targeted interest, targeted money in that high net worth slice of the market.
Okay, so what are the specific things making it so attractive for investment right now? What are the drivers?
So there are a couple of key things happening. First, you're seeing government incentives, things aimed squarely at foreign investment, specifically trying to attract those high net worth folks who might want to actually live there longer term.
Like visa programs tied to property?
Often, yes, that kind of thing. Easier pathways linked to investment. Second, and this is important, the government has temporarily cut some property-related fees, things like transfer fees. It's maybe subtle, but it sends a strong signal that they want to support real estate deals. It encourages capital inflow.
So lower costs to get in combined with this expectation that prices will keep going up.
Precisely. The outlook, based on Ocean Worldwide's analysis, is really positive. Property prices in the best spots, expect them to keep climbing, and importantly, you've got strong rental yields to go with it. Because the market for renting out high-end, short-term luxury places like these private villas we're focusing on, it's incredibly strong.
And we're already seeing developers jump on this.
Oh yeah, 2 big new players are highlighted in the source material as leading the way right now. Ananda Development with something called the Punisa Pachira Villas, and then 88 MySpace Design with their 8 Atelier residents. They're clearly seizing this moment.
Now, when we talk about prime locations, we often picture the really busy beaches, right? But the Ocean Worldwide article suggests maybe a different trend is driving this villa market, something about seeking real seclusion.
That's a really key distinction they make. High-end buyers, increasingly, seem to be looking beyond the big, sometimes crowded resorts. They want these private sanctuaries, but ones that are still easy to get to.
So the focus on private villas lets them tap into the quieter side of the island.
Exactly. Explore more. Have a base that feels truly private.
Okay, so if someone listening is after that kind of genuine quiet, that seclusion, where does the Ocean Worldwide data suggest they look?
Well, it definitely points away from the main tourist hubs like Patong. Instead, it highlights some, let's call them hidden gems, like Natai Beach, north of the airport, actually. The article mentions it's known for just stunning undeveloped coastline, real natural beauty.
Okay.
Or if you want something smaller, more tucked away, down south there are these little coves, Yanui and Ao San. Apparently great for just a quiet dip, amazing snorkeling. You're close to nature, but still accessible.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, before we get into the details of those really exciting 2025 projects, we need to set the stage, don't we?
Yeah, establish the benchmarks.
Because new luxury doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's always going to be compared to the icons, the places that really set the standard over the years. We need to understand what defines the top end right now.
And you absolutely have to start with Amanpuri. It's just impossible to discuss Phuket luxury without mentioning it. It's got this unique status, historically, culturally. It was the first Aman resort anywhere, wasn't it? The very first. Opened way back when Phuket was, well, mostly quiet coconut plantations. It's the original benchmark. Decades of reputation, cachet, that sets a certain value standard.
It dictates that top historical price point. And the design is classic Thai, right? Based on the old Ayutthaya kingdom style, gives it that timeless feel.
Absolutely. So when you're trying to value new construction, you inevitably look at Amanpuri's established worth. What does it offer? 40 pavilions, 44 huge pool villas, some are enormous, up to 9 bedrooms. It's not just the design, it's the history, the scarcity of it that all drives its exceptional value.
And those little details, like the article mentions the main pool tiled in that deep midnight blue and the stone staircase down to the private beach. Iconic stuff.
Totally iconic. Now, if Amanpuri represents that historical gold standard,
Then maybe Rosewood Phuket stands for the best of contemporary luxury. It's down in Emerald Bay. It has that really long, like 600-meter stretch of beach.
exactly. And Rosewood is a perfect example of this new focus on experiential luxury. It's very highly rated, holds 2 Michelin keys.
Okay, we should probably quickly explain that term, Michelin keys. It's relatively new as a global thing for hotels. What does getting 1 or 2 actually mean?
Right. It's basically the highest honor you can get for the hotel experience itself. Like a Michelin star is for the food in a restaurant, the key is for the whole stay, the design, the service, the overall feeling, the guest experience.
So getting 2 keys, like Rosewood did.
It means it's considered among the very best, most exceptional hotel experiences globally. It really signals top-tier quality and makes properties like Rosewood stand out as recognized leaders worldwide.
And Rosewood got a bit of extra fame recently, too, didn't it? Something about a TV show.
It did, yeah. Its Thai restaurant, Ta Khai, was used as a filming location for season 3 of The White Lotus.
Ah, right.
Which, regardless of the show's satirical take, definitely puts it on the map culturally and highlights how visually stunning the place is. It has 71 villas and pavilions, most with their own pools.
Then there's also the Intercontinental Phuket Resort, another one known for really striking architecture. That central building looks just like a huge, white, ornate Thai temple, right? It really dominates the view there.
It really does, and it's a fascinating case study in how clever design can maintain value even with physical challenges. Most of the resort is actually on the land side of the main coast road.
Oh, interesting. So how do guests get to the beach easily?
They built a dedicated underground tunnel, went to that significant expense just to give guests direct private access straight onto Kamala Beach. That kind of commitment to premium access, overcoming a logistical hurdle like that, it's a big part of its value proposition.
Wow, that's dedication. And it's another place with 2 Michelin keys, so clearly recognized at that top level.
Yes, confirming its high standing. And it's quite large, 221 rooms, 8 different places to eat and drink, including Homa, that restaurant famous for its focus on fermentation.
Okay, so those are some major benchmarks. The article mentions a few others briefly too, right? Like the pavilions.
Yeah, we should touch on those quickly because they show different strategies. The pavilions, Phuket stands out not for size, but for really personalized stuff, private yoga sessions, cooking classes, that kind of thing. Plus, they offer complimentary chauffeurs, which is a nice touch. It holds 1 Michelin key.
Then there's the Naiharn. That one's got history too, sitting right on Naiharn Beach.
It does. It was actually Phuket's very first original 5-star hotel, though it's been completely redone. Its restaurant, Prime, is known for those amazing hillside views we talked about earlier, looking down over the bay.
And finally, the Racha. That sounds like a real escape.
Totally. It's on a separate island altogether, Gorachayai. So, proper seclusion. It's known for about 70 very modern, all-white villas clustered around a private cove. And it specifically targets divers, too, with its own dive center right there. These places really set the quality and the price expectations.
Okay, right. So we absolutely know what these new 2025 developments are up against. Now let's pivot. Let's get to the exciting part. Where the market's actually going next year. These new projects seem to be tapping into that modern desire for a private, sort of bespoke sanctuary rather than just a room in a big resort.
That's the crucial insight from the Ocean Worldwide piece. This new wave is aimed right at that high net worth buyer who want something that feels more like their own managed luxury home, not just a branded hotel suite. It's about personalization control.
So let's look at the first one mentioned, Ananda Development's Punisa Pachira Villas. The article says they blend modern luxury and Thai style. But what's their core pitch? What are they really selling?
The main focus seems very deliberate, creating serenity. And they do that not just through the look and feel, the aesthetics, but through the function of the space. Think really spacious living areas, ones that flow easily out into private gardens. Every villa has its own large private pool.
Nice.
And they emphasize using high-end, durable materials and finishes. The idea is these are quality assets, built to last, low maintenance, good for long-term ownership and appeal.
Okay, so it's about that sophisticated comfort, quality construction. Got it. Now, what about the other one? 88 MySpace Designs, 8 Atelier Residence. How are they different?
Their approach leans maybe a bit more into the contemporary design side and definitely technology.
Mm.
The article highlights how they're blending modern aesthetics with a real sense of calm, using clean lines, natural materials, creating that serene vibe. But crucially, part of their value proposition is integrating smart home tech seamlessly without disrupting the peaceful atmosphere.
Interesting. So, tech-enabled serenity.
Kind of, yeah. And we're told this is going to be a very limited, very exclusive collection, which, from an investment perspective, immediately adds that scarcity value. Fewer units means higher demand potential.
Okay, so you've got these two promising new developers. But thinking about it, for someone investing, comparing these brand new ventures to, say, the decades of history and prestige of an Amanpuri, isn't there a bigger risk with the new guys? How does the source material handle that concern?
That's a really fair and critical question. And the Ocean Worldwide article seems to address it mainly through location and the type of asset. Look, Ananda and 80 at MySpace, they don't have Amanpuri's 40-year track record, obviously.
Right.
But they mitigate that risk,
Yeah.
arguably, by offering what the market wants right now, that private managed villa, and crucially, building them in very specific strategic locations where land values are already rising fast. The location strategy itself becomes a key part of de-risking the investment.
Okay, let's dig into that location strategy then. The article points to two main areas, popular but quite different, where these new villas are popping up.
Exactly. So first, you've got villas going up near Naiharn down in the south. That area offers that really relaxed, laid-back atmosphere we talked about.
Close to those quiet coves, Yanui and Ayusan.
Right. And often they're built on hillsides, which means they can offer those stunning, protected views. This location is positioned as the ultimate private escape, perfect if your priority is total seclusion, but still being able to access that beautiful, less developed southern tip of Phuket.
Seclusion plus accessibility, kind of. And what's the alternative location strategy? Near Bang Tao.
Yeah, Bangtao, the article calls it a booming hotspot. This seems to be where development is really accelerating. Buyers choosing Bangtao are likely prioritizing slightly different things.
Like what?
Well, you might get more internal space in the villas there, but you also get the convenience factor. Bangkok has a really good mix of upscale restaurants, popular beach clubs, plus it's easier access to the airport. It's about finding that balance between having a peaceful villa base, but also being close to a more vibrant, active scene.
Okay, that makes sense. Two different vibes, two different value propositions based on location.
Precisely.
So let's try and pull all this together. Synthesizing everything from the Ocean Worldwide analysis, what does Phuket's 2025 luxury market really mean for someone listening, someone potentially interested?
I think it means the market is mature, it's being driven by clear economic tailwinds like tourism, and it offers genuinely high-quality, potentially high-yield investment opportunities. You've got the government actively encouraging investment, and the actual properties being built are evolving to meet what today's luxury buyers want, these private managed assets.
Right.
So whether you're drawn to the kind of exclusive historic status benchmarked by a Amanpuri, or you prefer the sound of the modern privacy offered by something like a Punyisa Pachira or an 8 Hotelier residence, the underlying opportunity looks pretty robust.
Yeah, the Ocean Worldwide material really lays out these two distinct paths, doesn't it? Both potentially high value, but different. And that leads us nicely to our final kind of provocative thought for you to consider.
Which is that the choice you face isn't just if you should invest, given the favorable conditions and the expected appreciation. It's more about which lifestyle you're actually investing in.
Do you lean towards that sense of history, that peaceful atmosphere, the incredible hillside views, and the quiet privacy you find down south around Naiharn?
Or are you more drawn to the convenience, the booming infrastructure, the upscale dining and beach clubs, the sort of social energy that comes with being in a prime spot near Bangtao. The location really shapes the whole experience.
And the article makes it clear you probably can't perfectly have both in one place. There's a trade-off.
There usually is.
Okay, well, that wraps up our deep dive into Phuket's luxury property scene heading into 2025. And remember, all this insight comes directly from the decades of on-the-ground experience of the experts at Ocean Worldwide.
They really have seen it all there. They've been guiding buyers and investors since 2004.
So if you want to explore any of this further, maybe get details on those specific 2025 developments, or read more about the iconic resorts, or understand the investment side better,
We absolutely encourage you to check out their website.
just head over to oceanwwp.com. That's oceanwwp.com. Thanks for diving in with us.